In this video, I'll show you how to take this responsive design from Figma and have Claude develop the full website in Webflow within 1 hour while I'm drinking coffee. All right, and first of all, why is this so exciting? Because for years, it's been very frustrating to have to design everything the way that you want in Figma and then having to rebuild or redevelop everything in Webflow. People have found it very frustrating, me included. Webflow has been trying to solve this for years. They've created the Figma to Webflow plugin, which didn't work as good as we hoped for. And finally, it's possible and quite easy, actually really easy to do with Claude. I'm going to show you exactly how we do this. So first step is inside of Claude, you can head into customize, and basically you have connectors here. Now you need two connectors, and by the way, you can click browse plugins here and just search for them. First one that you'll need is Figma for Claude to read the Figma file. The other one is Webflow, which you'll need to connect so that it will be able to build in Webflow. And when you basically use this connector, it will basically have you authorize the project where you want Claude to build. So ahead of time, I've created a new project, basically, and authorized Claude to have access to this specific Webflow project. So that done, that takes about 2 minutes. And then you can head into Claude. And basically, here's what I told him. I basically wrote, using the Webflow MCP, can you connect to my Webflow website? Just checking that it's working. And basically, it's saying, yes, here we have connected to one site. It's called Run AI Test. That's super great. And then I said, using the Figma MCP, can you find the project that is called Figma to Webflow Claude Test? Basically, it told me, hey, drop the link. So, I copied the project URL and dropped it here. And then it connected. It said, yes, I can actually see this. I can see the desktop, the tablet, the mobile. And by the way, this is a project that I found in the Figma community project. So I'm not sure who designed this, but credit goes to them. I just wanted to explore and see if this can be easily developed. All right, so once basically Claude has been able to see my Webflow project and my Figma project, I basically said, I'd like you to build this in my Webflow project. And I also told him, I would like for you to use the client-first website framework just so that I know exactly how it's going to be structured and also how the classes are going to work and how the variables are going to work. So everything is going to be organized in a way that I'm already familiar with. And basically, it sent it to work. And then this step, it started working. Sometimes while I was drinking coffee, it asked me to approve things and let me know if I wanted to continue. So I just pressed yes, yes, yes. And basically, this first step, this first initial build, took about 30 minutes, okay? And at the end of the 30 minutes, here's what I got. I got this build, which basically didn't have the images yet, but the structure was already there. It already looked quite well, already had the color variables named correctly with all of the colors, already had all of the, or at least most of the client first styles that we're going to be using in this project. So overall looked pretty good in terms of the structure, had the page wrapper, and all the sections were named properly. One weird thing that it did, though, is that it used the DOM element for heading. I'm not sure why it did that. Paragraphs were normal and links were normal, but for headings, it used the DOM element. Quite weird, but pretty much everything was pretty good. And so I was looking at what Claude told me, and Claude told me basically there's one more manual step remaining. It basically exported the assets for me into a folder, and it says upload the images into Webflow just for the assets panel. Now, I guess it doesn't have the MCP doesn't have an upload feature yet. So I came here, basically dropped the assets in the assets folder and told Claude, I've uploaded the images uploaded, and then it went back to work. And then it gave me the second version, which this basically took like 3 minutes, the other version. And yeah, now the images are there. Now, at this time, I was starting to look closer into the details and started to see that there were a few things that were not, perfectly well, like the header the navigation wasn't structured correctly. The buttons had like a weird button padding that I wasn't clear about. As I've mentioned, the fact that the headings were created from this DOM element made them kind of like harder to edit. So that's not ideal. That's not how I want my build to be. There was kind of like misalignments here in the 3 columns. There were a few different issues here, like tiny minor issues. I would still say like 85% of the work is done. But the biggest problem was that it wasn't really responsive. So just like a junior designer, I came back to Claude, like Claude is the junior designer, that is, and I gave him my feedback. So I basically wrote a few notes. Logo is missing, nav links are not positioned properly. All of the headings, you've used HTML block instead of using the native headings. Hero title should fit the screen. Buttons have a weird padding. Columns are not aligned, and you forgot to design the responsive breakpoints. Then it went to work for the second batch, basically to deal with all of these issues. Now this time, again, it worked for about 30 minutes and then came back with this, which I would say is kind of like the final result at this point. Most of the issues have been tackled. I mean, there are still a few issues. Responsiveness have been tackled. Actually, the top navigation is not quite there yet, but honestly, the Figma design didn't have mobile navigation as well. So I guess Claude didn't know what to do there. But most of the things, there are a few misalignments that I feel like could have been handled better. But I guess with just one more rounds of revision, that can be fixed. And oh my God, it's been 1 hour, which mostly didn't involve me, besides saying yes, 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 continue, and me reviewing the work, where I could have do other things, more creative work, more actually high level work, where Claude has built all of the scaffolding for me. And now I can use Webflow to do the creative work. I can work on the interactions. I can fine tune everything, all of the spacing, all of the misalignments exactly as I want it. And that's the thing that I think a lot of people miss out about. Hey, let's just have, Claude or something, develop something not on Webflow. And then when you want to fine tune, everything has to be in a prompt or you have to work on the code. Now I have my final design, it's in Webflow, and I can do the final tweaking using Webflow's visual, interface, which is exactly why we're using Webflow. So we can tweak everything and we can work visually instead of working in a code or in a prompt. So I'm very, very excited about this new workflow. I feel like it saves so much of the hassle of just rebuilding and setting the foundations of a good project. And now we designers can focus on the creative development and the creative design and the visuals and the animation and setting up, the logic and CMS and all that kind of stuff. And of course, if you want to dive deeper into Webflow and learn how to master it, make sure you check out our full-on course or the resources below this video, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.